What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that bell so you get notification every time I go live and every time I post a video. Let's get into this. Today, I'm going to give y'all some grade A game. Men, please listen to this. Today, I am going to give you all some grade A game. Ladies, if you're out there watching, hey, feel free to take notes. We gonna get into this. Now, you see the title. I'm calling all men today to stop conforming to the women of this modern day and age. Stop conforming to the women of this modern day and age, right? Now, we live in a day and time where it is getting harder and harder for men and women to match. It is getting harder and harder for men and women to make that true, genuine connection, to find that true, genuine love, right? People in and out of relationships, in and out of marriages. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Now, let me say this. Men, we do need women in some way, shape, or form, right? We do need women. This is not a message that's promoting hate for women or nothing like that, right? I love the ladies. I love the women, right? And we need women, whether you want to admit that or not, whether it's for marriage, whether it's to extend the family, whether it's for love, whether it's for companionship, friendship, not a real friendship, but you know what I'm saying, friendship within a relationship. Whether it's for, if you subscribe to that, whether you watching some stuff on your phone, playing with yourself, right? Whether you paying for these women to be intimate with you in some way, shape, or form, we need women, right? Let's get that out the way. We need women. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is I see a lot of cats out here folding behind these women. I see a lot of cats out here going against their nature behind these women. A lot of men getting in relationships and marriages with women who they know they don't belong to or belong with. They're getting a relationship with women who they know they're not compatible with, women who they know they don't have a connection with, just to say up their status, just to say they got someone within the home who they can have sex with, who they can have kids with, who they can pay bills with and have a certain type of house, certain type of car, certain type of bank account, so on and so forth. A lot of men are conforming to these women of this modern day and age. And the women are conforming to the world, right? Both of those are big no-nos. Men shouldn't be conforming to the women, for one, right? And the women shouldn't be conforming to the world. Nobody should be conforming to the world, right? If I'm keeping it 100, both parties are conforming to this world, right? As a man of God, I have to pull this scripture out so we can get a clear understanding of what the word of God says about this. Romans 12:2 reads, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." Now, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. What might that mean? Right? What might that mean? That might mean if these women out here ain't acting right, if they don't want to follow your lead as a man, because you are the head, right? You are the head. Read 1 Corinthians 11:3 or read Ephesians 5:22 through 25, right? Men are the heads, right? Men are the heads. But many men are folding. But like I was saying, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Guess what that might mean? That might mean if there aren't any suitable women out here for you to bond with, guess what, player? You may not, you just don't need to bond with them. Period. Let the renewing of your mind take place. Let the renewing of your mind take place, but do not conform to this world, right? Do not conform to the pattern of this world, right? If the women ain't gonna act right, maybe it ain't meant for you to bond with them, right? But like I did say in the first part of this message, we do need women, right? Read, believe it's Genesis 2:18. It says no man should be alone. So he created a woman. He said, I create a suitable helper, right? Because no man should be alone. Genesis 2:18. Read it. It's all there. But check this out. This how to move it. This how the women moving. This how the women acting. I got to play this. Because, hey, we're going to keep it all the way real over here. Check this out, because we all see this behavior right here.
Because we like to talk a lot of shit. And I know I'm making my own money. And I know all the women up in here making their own money, too. And I know we don't need a man for nothing, right?
Facts.
Okay. Yeah, you know the vibe.
Co-signed by a male. Facts.
Yes.
I don't need a
King energy. Drop that shit.
Right. So there you go. You got a woman right there, I believe that's Megan Thee Stallion, saying, hey, we don't need a man for nothing. Right. And a lot of people clapping and co-signing, right? And that's what I mean when I say you guys do not need to conform to the patterns of this world, because a lot of women is chanting that right now, right? Why? Because they get into the bag. They get into their careers. They get into education, right? They're making their own money, right? They're able to buy their own cars, buy their own houses, right? So on and so forth. Take care of their kids, right? And they're trying to push the man out the way, whether child support is involved or not. But they're trying to do all these things on their own. If you see a woman or hear a woman speaking that kind of sentiment, right, and she's saying she don't need a man and all this other stuff for nothing, leave her where she at. Men, leave those women where they at. If they talking like that and they moving like that, y'all keep bonding with them. A lot of y'all cats out here simps. Y'all giving them whatever they want. Y'all kissing their butts. Y'all letting them do whatever they want to do under your roof. And that's insane, right? That's going against God's will, right? Even many of you who call yourselves Christians, men of God, some may be Muslims, Israelites, Moors, whatever you want to call it, right? Or maybe nothing. But a lot of you men are being pushed over by the women out here, right? Y'all letting all this happen right before your eyes, right? And some of y'all lonely. You don't want to be alone. You trying to find someone to build with. All this other stuff. I get it. You human. I get it. You human. But do not conform to the ways of these modern day women, right? If a woman loves you, you will know. You won't have to ask the question, how do I know if she loves me? How do I know? You'll know, right? The way she moves, right? If she truly loves you, that means nothing else won't really matter, right? Everything else is extra if she truly loves you, right? If she truly loves you, everything else is extra. Now, I ain't saying go out here and be no bum. As a man, you should be a protector and a provider. You should make sure everybody's comfortable, right? But if she truly loves you like that, she won't mind serving you. She won't mind being your peace. She won't mind being the best version of herself for you. She won't mind none of that, right? If she truly got that kind of love for you, right? Now, if you're in a relationship or marriage or anything of that nature, you ain't me. So I'm not saying move exactly how I would move. If you move how I move, that might break you, right? You might not be able to handle that. You may not be able to handle that. I've been in relationships. I've been in marriages, right? Broke them off. When I saw things weren't right, when I saw we was going in two separate directions, when I saw I could no longer lead that woman because she wanted to do her own thing, broke it off. I say, nah, I ain't going to be here for that. That's a wrap. That's a done deal. And I ain't never looked back. And many of you cats got to stop being soft. Many of y'all are conforming to the ways of the world and the ways of these women. Many of y'all are folding behind these women. Remember, guys, when you in the early stages of talking to someone, you got to know your worth. You got to know your value. Remember, men typically have to show their worth and their value up front. A man has to come in the door proving himself, right? Only women get the luxury of sitting back and saying they're going to show their value later on, right? Or you'll get this after these amount of weeks or months. Or I'll do this or I'll do that once I have a ring on my finger, right? See, they get the luxury of sitting back. See, men, we come in the door having to protect and provide out the gate. We got to show our value out the gate. We can't wait. If we wait, we won't get the woman 9 times out of 10. If we wait 9 times out of 10, we will not get the woman. But a lot of you guys are folding. Think this movie, The Barbie, just came out. The Barbie just came out. Women empowerment, women going crazy. They going in there wearing all pink. They coming out saying, "Oh, I cried. Women's empowerment. We don't need men. We came a long way." All this stuff. This is destroying our families. All this stuff is destroying our families right before our eyes, and we're letting it happen. And a lot of you men is soft, and you suckers, and you simps. You are being some simps, just giving them whatever they want, whenever they want it, letting them run the show. And the truth is, many of you hate it deep down inside. I talk to a lot of men every day who complain about their marriages, their wives. These men, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't get this, they can't get that. Right? Why is this important? There are a lot of things that God is calling a lot of these men to do. But guess what? Because their woman is against it, they never take the initiative to take a step in that direction in doing what God has called them to do. Because their woman don't think it's a good idea. So these men are abandoning God and God's will just because their woman don't think this is a good idea or that's a good idea. Or their woman don't want to take that chance or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of guys who gonna go to hell, right? A lot of guys who even married, who going straight to hell behind that woman, right? Just because she's running the show, she won't let him move a certain way, and that guy's following a woman when the Bible is telling the women to follow the men because the men is the head. A lot of men will go to hell behind this stuff. They are letting these women run them in the ground. Ladies out there, remain in your feminine energy. Don't bond with a man who you don't respect. Don't bond with a man who you can't see yourself following, right? To the end of time. Don't bond with that man. Don't bond with a weak man. Many of y'all finding these suckers out here so y'all can run the show. That's not of God. And a lot of dudes out here going outside. A lot of dudes going outside. Y'all going outside. Y'all dudes need to step your game up too. Men, you need to be becoming the best version of yourself, right? You need to be best version of yourself financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? In every way. You men should be working to be solid. Because you're not solid, that's why you're letting the women run you. Y'all letting these women run you. Men, do not conform to these modern day women. Do not conform to these modern day women, right? Be by yourself. Work on yourself. Build yourself up before you go down that path. It's a lot of men, when you talk about deleting themselves, taking themselves out in a bad way, right? Behind these women. A lot of men doing things, cheating on the job, doing this, all these scandals, all this stuff going on because these men realize they don't really like the woman who they're at home with. So they're doing all kind of stuff, all type of irrational things, hurting their kids. Men doing all kind of stuff because they don't truly like or love the woman who they're at home with. But man, you made that choice. You conformed to that woman and it hurt you in the end. You thought it was all good because you had the house, you had the bank account, you had all this stuff going for you, right? But in the end, you lose. In the end, you lose. If you married, right? You're in the first 2 or 3 years of that marriage. Hey, if you see it going downhill, you better make a move fast. Because if you in that thing too long, here come alimony, here comes spousal support. So if you see it early on, even if you married, get out of there. Had a conversation first. Maybe counseling might need to take place. But don't ruin your life. Don't ruin your life. A lot of you cats is conforming to these modern day women and it's costing you everything, including your sanity. Do not let that happen. Do not let that happen. Stop conforming. Stop conforming to this world. Romans 12:2. Stop conforming to the women of this world. Men, you are the heads. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Ephesians 5:22 through 25. Read it. Men, stop conforming to these modern day women. You are letting them run you into the ground. These women is chasing after the social media. These women are superficial, right? They're looking for the perfect guy, right? They got FOBO and FOMO, the fear of better options and the fear of missing out. That's why many of these women can't settle down. You see these women going from man to man to man to man to man to man to man. Do not conform to these modern day women. Do not do it. Do not do it. That's all I got for you guys, man. Y'all got to tighten up. Stop being soft. Stop being soft. Be real, man up. Cut them off if you need to. Cut them off. Cut them off. Do not let a woman use you early on and then you get nothing out of the deal. Cut them off. But that's all I got for you guys. Like this video. Share this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I could be off on this. Also, subscribe to the channel. We're growing fast and it's going to get real. We're going to get better and better. We're going to get better and better. And remember, guys, keep God first. Please do that. Keep God first. I love you all.